Hey everyone, it's me, Arden Lee. I'm back with another video today, and today I want to talk about a habit that I have seen in some people, myself included, where we martyr ourselves for the approval of other people in very specific ways, to the point where we are almost fetishizing our suffering and self-flagellation in the name of improvement. And I want to get into some of those details, but before I do that, I want to invite you to like my video, subscribe to my channel, and get all up in my comments. Let me know what you think. And as I've said before, if you have an idea for a topic that you would like to see me cover, please do feel free to leave that suggestion in the comments, and I will do my best to try and get to that. So what am I talking about when I talk about people who broadcast their punishment of themselves for the sake of other people's approval? A couple years back, I had a friend who was working as a model, and she confided in me that she was worried that she wasn't getting booked for a lot of work. And you know, and she specifically was specifically talking about getting sent home from a certain job that really kind of hurt her and really landed badly. And she's like, I don't, is it my appearance, is it my body, is it what's going on, and whatever. And she was working in an industry in which your personal brand becomes more and more important with your ability to interact with your following. And so often people become booked not just because of what they look like, but because of who they are to their audience platform and how that comes across. So I asked her for permission to tell her what I saw, and she was like, yeah, I want to hear that. So I said, look, I've been following your social media for a while, and you don't look like you're having any fun. You actually look like you're in a great deal of pain, and you're trying really hard to, I don't know, to be thorough, to improve yourself, but it really looks like you're seeking some outside attention, not even attention, some outside sort of like hand of God to come in and tell you that you're a good person and you're doing a great job. You're posting a lot of gym selfies, and you're posting your healthy meals, but they're really not coming from a place of joy. What I see when I interact with you online is this feeling of, look how hard I'm working, look, I went to the gym today, tell me I'm a good girl, like, tell me I'm doing a good job. And you don't look like you're having fun, you don't look like you're enjoying yourself. So right now, people may be having a hard time connecting to that sense of, hi Virgil, essentially what you're looking to bring to your work is that sense of fun, that sense of playfulness, that sense of like, come join me, come, like, let me seduce you into this lifestyle, like, come enjoy this with me. And you're not inspiring that right now. You don't even look really like you're enjoying yourself. So perhaps the key here is to start engaging in what is really fun again, and not feeling that there's this outside goal that you're working so hard, that you're striving toward, that you're seeking other people to give you their approval for, like, wow, great job, you went to the gym today. Or I said, when it comes to your body, your body shape, your size, I said there are people in your industry who are way larger than you are, who are getting booked just fine because they know how to appeal to their audience and to their brand. I'm not going to deny that that body image standards exist in nearly every industry that has anything to do with your appearance whatsoever. But I'm seeing other people who aren't having the same issues that you're coming to me seeking my advice about, and who don't meet those same body image standards that we tend to think of. So I don't think that's the problem. I don't think that you lost this job because your body shape wasn't right necessarily. Now I don't really know. I wasn't there, but there are certainly a lot of people who are getting consistent work, who who certainly don't fit those standards. So I'm just going to tell you right now, you just don't look like you're having fun. And the reason that I was able to tune into this and to tell her what I saw in that was that I have often done the same thing myself, particularly, particularly when there was a relationship where there was someone whose approval I was looking to earn. I think specifically back to a time in my life when I know I was doing this very specifically, when I was making a lot of posts online about, look how hard I'm trying, or look, I'm better, or look, I'm different, or look how good I am, give me your seal of approval, kind of thing. I remember there was I made a post once. It was apparently it was National Ice Cream Day or whatever, and I had I took a picture of myself chugging a giant thing of grapefruit juice, and I was Happy National Ice Cream Day, as if to say oh, I'm not eating ice cream, I take better care of my body than that, or whatever. Look, I'm better, I'm working harder, or I have more willpower or more diligence or whatever. Tell me I'm a good girl. And in that time in my life, I was, in my personal life, I was in a relationship I was in a relationship situation in which I was being pitted against someone else, and I really felt that underlying need to prove my worth, not just in my relationship situation, but it was leaking out into other areas of my life. So I want to point this out because I see a lot of people doing it, where they engage with, whether you have an audience on social media or not, no matter where this energy is leaking out to in particular, what I see so much is this feeling, this heavy energy of, look how hard I'm working, won't you love me now? Look how much I'm suffering to be better. Don't I deserve your approval? Don't I deserve your pat on the head? Aren't I somehow better than the people in your life who are not doing this? And I'm so sad and lonely. Look how hard I'm working, and yet I'm still, at the end of the day, I'm actually still not taking care of myself and my own needs. In fact, I'm putting those standards that I'm trying to conform to in order to be a good person or a good girl or an attractive person or a valuable person. I'm actually putting those above my own human needs for connection and nourishment and happiness and nurturing and all of those things that, if I was feeding into those things, then you would see a very different picture. I would be very happy without your approval. I would be just posting things that I enjoy, that I like doing. I would be going to the gym or doing whatever I was doing out of a place of joy and a place of I enjoy taking care of my body. I like moving in this particular way. This feels good. This feels healthy. The healthier I get, the less I post on social media, to be honest with you. I certainly post a lot of my writings on Facebook. If you're not my Facebook friend already, please feel free to send me a request or just hit the follow button, because I'm often at 5,000 or whatever. I often post transparent things about my process and about the things that I'm learning. But I post less and less on Instagram, with that, sort of hey, look at the cool thing I'm doing, look at the people that I'm with, or whatever. I feel less and less of that impulse to ask people tacitly for their approval for all of the things that I'm doing and the way that I'm living my life, because I'm living my life for me now. And so much of that involves actually not really leaving my house very often, because I like it here, because I've got great books and a great cat, and it's so nice to just be contented and happy and not put pressure on myself to constantly look like I'm living this, glamorous lifestyle that everyone wants to, idealize or what have you. So I invite you to really look at the places where you might be doing things because you want to be valued. You know, you want people to have a certain reaction to you. Certainly, when I was living in New York and I took up parkour and Krav Maga, that was very much a reaction to being hurt in the past. You know, I was like, well, fuck you, I'll just be more powerful. You know, I'm gonna channel all of this this helplessness that I feel at my busted relationships into a way of becoming better and being stronger. See, haha, you didn't break me, you actually made me stronger than I was before. That's great. That's better than sitting around wallowing in my sorrow. But at the same time, it was still so very much in reaction to other people in my life that I couldn't say that it was for me. I couldn't say that it was healthy or actually bringing me joy. It was this idea that if I'm doing the right things, if I'm getting exercise and working on my self-improvement, then maybe people will treat me better the next time around. And if I can show you, general you, the world, if I can show the world all the ways that I'm working at this and all the ways that I am pushing down my heartbreak and overcoming my pain, then you'll have more respect for me somehow. And ultimately, like, no one was fooled. You know, everyone, at least I don't think anyone was. You know, there's a lot of people who I'm sure could really see through to the enormous amounts of pain that I was in. And certainly, you know, as I said, there are less healthy ways of coping with pain than channeling it into self-improvement. But when we get into that, like, when we start using self-improvement as another form of martyrdom, you know, and then it's like love me, look how good I am, look at all the things that I'm doing, there's just this sadness behind it. And it's really transparent, and you know, you're never gonna catch that brass ring. You're never gonna get that cookie from the people who don't want to give you that approval in the first place. So and the best way to actually do that is, you know, is to give yourself that approval, because if they know that you need it from them, they're more motivated to hold it out in front of you. So you keep jumping through those hoops, right? So the minute you say, I'm not playing that game anymore, then they start to come back and say, oh, hey, and by that time you're like, I don't even need you in my life anymore. You weren't making me happy. So so just notice if you're doing that, you know, and it's okay to be in pain. It's okay to be in that place of pain, but just know that constant suffering and martyrdom and hard work to the point of self-punishment is not the way to your healing, and no one else is going to give you that outside approval that you're looking for. It's up to you to just decide that you want to be happy. You want to be happy right now, you know, and you want to do things that are nurturing and nourishing for you. Not just to prove to other people how hard you're working at being a good person. So so just notice that. Notice where it comes up for you. That's a tricky one. That's like something that slides into our self-improvement a lot without us always being aware of it. So as I like to say, check your temples for termites. Check your personal growth and self-improvement for more cyclical ways of just staying unhappy and seeking other people's approval instead of creating the life that you love for yourself. Thank you for listening, and I will see you next time.